Welcome back. Hopefully your hand's feeling okay, because we're going to go even more extreme now. Okay. Word of warning. I should mention this earlier. Do not, under any circumstances, try and play if it hurts. If it hurts, stop. Give it a rest. Do something else. Real simple rule. You do not play through pain. It's just not. It's really not worth it. Okay. So hopefully, if you're following some of the tips as we go along about the left-hand thumb, about the breathing, about keeping the shoulders as relaxed as possible, not pressing too hard with the fingers, hopefully you shouldn't feel too bad. You might feel a slight burn there where you maybe using muscles that you haven't really used before. So let's go on with this next bunch of. I'm going to do some more legato exercises just to get the left hand a bit more loosened up. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to keep everything in the key of D Dorian or C major. If you don't know where all the notes are, all the white notes, if you like, on the guitar, just get a little neck diagram. I used to do this all the time. I'd get a neck diagram and just colour in different scales. I had a little book that I just coloured in all the modes, harmonic minor, melodic minor, major scale, any key. I could just turn to that page and all the notes would be little coloured in. It's really sad, but it meant I actually knew where I was going. So these exercises are all going to be within the notes of the C major scale or D Dorian, as I'm kind of hearing it, because they're all going to be around a D minor 7 chord essentially. So the first legato exercise, real simple, kind of follows the natural rolling motion of the left hand actually. And you can see after that initial pick, you just throw it away. You don't need it for a while. Keep breathing. You should feel like you're on a beach somewhere. You should be that relaxed. I'm serious. Okay, so there's nothing too tense there. The notes I'm using, by the way, D on the 10th fret, E on the 12th, and F on the 13th of the top E string. Okay, so what we're going to do with this little exercise now, just to make it a little bit more interesting, we're going to try and move it around on one string. This involves sliding, which is, again, another topic we're going to have a look at in a little bit more detail later on. First of all, you need to know where all the notes are in the scale of D Dorian, C major on the top E string. Probably not going to be going lower than the A on the 5th fret, so you've got 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 13th, 15th, 17th. So all you do with this exercise simply is just slide down to the next position, which is going to be C, and D, and then E, 8, 10, 12. Woo! Great thing about sliding, kind of ensures that the thumb is relaxed. You know, if you're having problems kind of sliding around the neck, then you're probably pushing too hard with the thumb. So that just try and keep the thumb as relaxed as possible on that. So the exercise is going to, I'll break it down slowly. Here we go. So when you get there, slide it down to the C. You don't have to repick. I've got quite a vicious noise gate on this signal, which is why it's dying at the moment. So that's what we're looking for, okay? 10, 12, 13, 12, 10. And then slide the first finger down. 8, 10, 12, 10, 8. Actually sounds a lot more scary than it actually is, I think. If you want to continue down the scale, this is B at the 7th fret, so that'd be B, C and D, which is 7, 8 and 10. Continue down to the A, which is going to be A, B and C. In fact, what we could do is just take that little exercise. So let's just try that really slowly together. 3. I'm purposely leaving a slight gap. After each phrase, although when you speed it up, you're not necessarily going to do that. I'm just doing that for timing purposes. So it's 3 and 4 and. Same thing again, 3 and 4 and. So that kind of thing. You can break it up a little bit more than that, going up in 3 positions at a time. That kind of thing. Keep you happy for hours, that will. Obviously, don't restrict this to the top E string. You can do this exact same thing on all the other strings as well. Bottom E string is going to be a little tough, so maybe we should start with there first. It's kind of easy in some ways because you already know what the notes of the neck are, because it's another E string like the top E string. So exactly the same things apply. Ooh, gets a little tight up there. Well, I'm doing it at the moment for a little bit more clarity. I'm just a tiny bit of palm muting there, just resting very, very lightly on the bottom E string. Just adds a little bit more definition, as opposed to that, which you can probably get away with most things on doing it. Like I'm doing at the moment, in fact. So try it on each of the strings. C major, just stay within C major. On the G string, it's going to sound a little bit like this. That's one thing we haven't done yet, is go back down. We'll do that in a sec, actually. So going backwards is going to be exactly the same thing. Again, sliding with the first finger. Again, it might look like I'm doing something with the right hand, but the only thing the right hand is actually doing is muting all the other strings, so that you hit all 6 strings and it's already really the G string that's working. And all the notes are being produced by the left hand, either hammering on or pulling off. Much like the exercises we started with in the first section. So really this is just actually just muting all the other strings apart from the G string. As I said before, I haven't got time necessarily to go through all 6 strings, but that's a really good little workout for you. a whole bunch of phrases you can do with just these 3 notes as well. This is quite a popular neoclassical sounding one. Great for the little finger, this one. Starts off with the little finger, in fact. Hammer on the little finger onto the F, pull off to the D, hammer on the E, hammer on the F, pull off to the E, and pull off to the D. So, that kind of thing. You may have heard people like Yngwie Malmsteen picking this exercise. And it works great as a picking exercise as well. Maybe we'll include that in some of the later exercises. Okay, but for the moment, we're just going to produce all these notes with the left hand. So that was... going to play that twice, slide down. Again, just using that position we used earlier. And then slide down. So we'll just do that slowly together. If I show you that much, and then you can make up your own exercises from there. So 3 and a 4 and... And do the same thing again. I'm going to play harmony with you, so it should sound quite cool. 3 and a 4 and... Okay, that's a whole bunch of cool legato phrases. Join me in the next section and we'll have a look at some more.